I'm Steve Putman. I'm Superintendent of Brasher Falls Central. I actually live in Senator Ritchie's district, but my district is not. My district is divided amongst 2 Senate districts and 2 Assembly districts. But my colleagues and I have spent a lot of time looking at the formulas over the last couple of years. And even when the foundation formula was first formulated, I can show you places in there where the formula has 4 different choices of applying the combined wealth ratio that actually work to drive more money to suburban districts, particularly on Long Island, because the formula, excuse my language, but I think it's the best term, was somewhat bastardized even when it was first adopted. Additionally, high tax aid was added in there, and if you look at how high tax aid is applied, it's really ironic because I've seen districts in this area get it that have significantly lower tax rates per thousand than some of our other districts. The gap elimination is particularly regressive. A year ago, I did an analysis of our district. The conservative Center for Policy in New York State, headed by Mr. McMahon, has a website with a lot of information on it. You can compare any district in the state between 1,000 and 1,500 students. I compared our district to Dobbs Ferry, which is in Westchester County, just across the Tappan Zee Bridge. I don't have anything in particular against Dobbs Ferry, but it was a district I was able to find enough information on the web, and they were in the same size classification as us. They would have been able to remove their gap elimination adjustment with a 2% increase in their property tax levy. 2%. In my district, it would have been about 36%. I think in Bill's district would have been around 50%. I know Pat's in the same general percentage in there of tax levy increase to wipe out the gap elimination that started in Governor Patterson's time, which was basically, there's no other way to put it other than the state of New York said, we cannot balance our budget, so we're going to run the formulas for state aid, and then we're going to take it back out of your budgets to balance ours. Really, it's as simple as that. I mean, you can talk about a lot of different things, but they cannot keep their financial house in order, and so they decided to take the money from schools. You should also know that generally schools in New York State are getting less aid or about the same amount of aid that they got in 2008. At the same time, the state of New York's budget has increased by over 10%, something in the neighborhood of $17 billion. So the state budget has increased by about 17, don't quote me on those numbers, and if the press is here, I can get you better numbers. I'm ad-libbing right now, and I don't want to be held to that exact number. But while state aid to education has stayed flat, the state budget has grown by something in the neighborhood of $17 billion. When in the New York State Constitution, education is one of their primary responsibilities. It's pretty hard to justify in any way, shape, or manner. And the only thing I would like to point out to Senator Ritchie is that last year, because there was a cap that was originally in the governor's budget and that the Senate didn't address when they restored money through gap elimination adjustment, the 20 poorest districts in New York, of which there are several in northern New York, actually got 0 additional money from the Senate. So I hope you'll take that back to the leadership this year if the same sort of scenario plays out. Thank you for your time.